wanted to talk about a couple of technical things that are going to improve the way you look on Zoom. The first one is make sure that the lens of your camera is at your eye height or slightly above. So that's what I've got right now. And there are a lot of reasons why you want to do this. One is that many people will set their laptop or their device on the tabletop, whether it's propped up at an angle or not. What that does is to have yourself be flattered, to put your best face forward. You want to have the camera lens at the same height as your eyes, or as I say, slightly above, which gives you a flattering angle for your own face, but it also appears to be more natural for the person who's watching and listening to the video. It's just as if you were talking directly to them. There are lots of ways to do this. You can put your laptop on top of a stack of books. I have mine right now on an old laptop stand that I've had for, I don't know, 10 or 14 years. And I've propped the laptop up almost as high as the laptop stand will let it go. And then when the top of the laptop is open, the lens is at pretty much the same height as my eyes. A friend of mine uses a music stand to put her device on. And music stands are designed to go up and down. They're designed to hold sheet music at an angle, so that's exactly what you want. You can use a stack of books. You can put a box on your tabletop to raise your laptop up. But especially for a device, you're going to need not only something to give it height, but also something to hold it at the right angle. So that's where a stack of books can come in handy. You can have one sticking out, you have your stack kind of like this, and you have one kind of sticking out a little bit. Or actually, I guess it's easier to see it like that. So one is sticking out a little bit so that that gives you a platform for the device to sit on. And then you can angle the stack of books a little bit. You can stack them kind of in a pyramid step sort of way to get the right angle. Another thing I recommended to a friend who's an artist is a table easel. They're designed to hold canvases or pieces of paper at an angle on your tabletop, and they're adjustable. So there are lots of ways that you can do this, and it really makes an enormous difference. So you can see that I am looking you in the eye. And the other key to that is that I'm looking directly into the camera lens. I'm not looking at myself. I'm not looking at the other people on my Zoom screen. I'm looking directly into the lens. It took me a few tries to get the hang of this because it feels really unnatural. I mean, I'm not looking at anybody. I'm looking just at a little green light on my computer screen. But it feels natural to the people who are watching me. It feels like I'm talking directly to them. So if you can, try to look directly into the lens. It makes a huge difference in how approachable you seem and how engaging you are to the people who are listening to you present. Another thing, which isn't necessarily possible for everybody, but something you really have to consider is lighting. And you specifically need to light your face. Your face is what people engage with. Our brains are hardwired to look at people's faces. They're hardwired to react to them. Babies will smile and laugh at faces from a very, very early age. Newborn babies will do this. They respond. You need to use your face as much as you can, and that means at least decent lighting. Don't sit with your back to a window, sit facing the window. If that's as good as you can get it, that's good enough. It certainly is way better than sitting with your back to the window. What I've done is I've set myself up. I'm in my spare room. So these books behind me are actually real. They're really my books. So I have a nice backdrop. I mean, it's not quite as neutral as it could be, but at least it's interesting, and you're not seeing my dining room table that's got stuff piled on it, or my living room, or the view out my window that might distract people from what I'm talking about. It's just a static display of books on shelves. So people can sit there if they get bored of listening to me, they can sit there and they can look at what I've got. and that's fine, but it is sort of a neutral background. What I've done with my lighting in my spare room is that I have 2 lamps. So one of them, the one that's on this side, is about 4 feet away from me, so it's fairly close. And I also have a window right there, so the lamp is directly under the window. And right now it's daylight, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm getting daylight coming in, I'm also getting lamp light. And then I have another lamp on the other side of the room that way, but it's much farther away. So it's giving me a little bit of light from that direction. So both sides of my face are somewhat lit. It's very soft lighting, but it's not going to give me harsh shadows. In filmmaking and cinematography, they talk about this as fill light. So you want to kind of fill in with light all of the background as much as you can without making it too obtrusive. But the main thing is you want to light your face. So I also have a lamp. It's actually a USB lamp. Got it off Amazon. I think it was $30 Canadian, so it wasn't expensive. And it's plugged in just over here. So you can't see it. That's kind of the point, because I don't want you to see all my lighting and all the mechanics of what I've done. But it lights my face, and it's actually at an angle. So the light, I'm pointing directly to the light. It's right there. So it's lighting this part of my face. And something that I learned in doing makeup, stage makeup, is that the most important part of your face is this. People want to see your eyes, they want to see your mouth, and of course your nose is in the middle there, so obviously they're going to see your nose as well. Those are the expressive parts of your face. That's crucial for communication. That's what we want to see when we want to see a face. So that's what you want to light. And for most of us, especially those of us who are older, the most flattering light is coming from slightly above. So, I mean, here's a shadow. I'll just turn that off. I'm going to turn this light off. So, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it looks better with the light on. You can also get special lights that are designed for filming yourself for video podcasts or for online classes, that kind of thing. They're called ring lights, and you can get those from Amazon or from a lot of places. And they have a tripod, and they would sit right directly in front of me. I have one of those as well, and they actually are a lot better. They give you nice natural lighting, and it's all over your face. The thing about a ring light or about this USB lamp is that it has 10 settings. It has 3 temperatures of light. So it has I'll actually show you. It has very cold light, not quite so cold, and very warm. And I tend to go for the warm light because it looks more natural, but you can choose whatever you want. And then it also has levels. So you can see, as I'm doing that, you can see that the camera is adjusting. So now that I've got my key light, my face light, higher, you can see that the background is getting darker. Where if I turn it down, now, even though that seems darker, it's more balanced. It looks more natural. A friend of mine said on one Zoom meeting a couple of months ago, she said, "You look like you're in a movie," because I had the lighting balanced properly. These are just a few tips that are going to help make your presentation look more polished, more interesting, more engaging, fewer distractions. You're going to look better. You're going to come across better. You're showing yourself off to your best advantage. So all of these little things add up to a much better and more successful presentation. So I hope you found this useful, and I will see you on my next video.